Hello everyone, I'm Ralph Kiner, and welcome to the New York Mets Time Tunnel. Brought to you by our good friends at Rheingold, the dry beer. Whenever you buy beer, think of Rheingold and Mitsubishi Motors. Each week, we'll embark on a journey through the Time Tunnel, delving deep into New York Mets history. Today, out of respect of the passing of former Met Jerry Grote, we have unearthed one of his best defensive performances as a Met. Let's sit back and enjoy as we set the coordinates to April 27, 1972, so we can hear Lindsey Nelson doing the play-by-play of the Mets' second, seventh, and ninth innings, which includes Jerry getting a triple, home run and single in the Mets' 4-3 win over the Padres. So, sit back and crack open a Rheingold, the dry beer, as we turn the mic over to the great Lindsey Nelson.
Cincinnati Reds defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight by a score of 5-4 in Pittsburgh. Clay Carroll got the win. Dave Justy took the loss in relief for the Pirates. Benny Stinnett had a home run, and so did Dave Concepcion. Montreal is up at Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium with Ernie McAnally going against Al Downey. The Dodgers have won 8 of their last 9. The Montreal Expos have now lost 3 in a row. Philadelphia Phillies defeated the San Francisco Giants by a score of 7-6. Twitchell was the winner and Bryant the loser. Right now, Rusty Staub is up with a batting average of .290. A left-hand batter facing left-hand pitcher Fred Norman. It's a swing and a drive deep to right field. Going back is Ollie Brown. He is watching as this one sails on up and goes for a home run for Rusty Staub. His first home run as a New York Met. He hit it off a left-hander. That ball is 17 feet high, 330 feet down to the foul pole in the corner. He lofted it on up and over. So it is the New York Mets 1 and the San Diego Padres nothing on a second inning home run by Rusty Staub.
Number 21, Leon Jones, left field.
That is the first run batted in for Staub as a New York Met. Over the first 8 games, he had runners in scoring position only 3 times. Cleon Jones back in the batting order tonight is at the plate now, right-hand batter. And it's in there for a called strike. Cleon is hitting .360, 1 home run and 6 runs batted in. He set out last night's game because night before last, first time up, he was hit by a pitch ball and he had a bruise in the rib cage, so rested last night, waiting to start against a left-hander. Here's a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Jim Fregosi is up there on deck. Norman takes a sign from Bob Barton. Goes into the motion, and here is the pitch. It's swung on, fouled off to the right side. Out of play, and the count holds at 2 strikes to Cleon Jones. At the conclusion of tonight's game, the New York Mets will bust their way up to Los Angeles. Tomorrow we'll be on the air at 10:55 p.m. New York time with the first game of the set between the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Here is the 0-2 pitch. It is swung on and missed. Gets out of the glove of Barton. He picks it up, tags Jones. He is a strikeout victim. That's 2 for Norman. Jim Fregosi coming up. Hit a long home run here last night. Fregosi is hitting .241. He has 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. By the way, for the Phillies, Don Money had 2 home runs tonight. Kingman had 1 for the Giants. Lazinski had 1 for the Phils as well. Here is a pitch that's high for a ball. Jim Beecham has moved up there on deck. No game scheduled this afternoon or tonight in the American League. 1-0 delivery, and it's low for a ball. Fred Norman goes behind to Fregosi, 2-0. Norman taking just a moment. Now extends the pitching arm as he looks in for his sign. The 2-0 delivery. Low. So he goes behind now. 3-0 to Fregosi. Native California. He's looking down to sign man Eddie Yost to see if he's turned loose on a 3-0. Here's the pitch. Low. He walked him. That is the first walk issued by Norman. It comes with 1 man out here in the top of the second inning. Brings up Jim Beecham. Beecham, as a New York Met, has been up only 1 time.
First base.
But he delivered a base hit that won a ball game, that one time up against the Cubs on Sunday in New York. Beecham came to the New York Mets from the St. Louis Cardinals in the deal that sent Art Shamsky from New York to St. Louis. Shamsky was cut loose and has since signed on with the Chicago Cubs. Low for a ball. 1-0. During the absence of manager Leo DeRoche because of illness, Pete Reeser has managed the Cubs in 8 games. They've lost all of them. Norman again checks, and here's the pitch. It's low for a ball. 2-0 now to Jim Beecham, with Jerry Grote waiting on deck. At first base, Nate Colbert's holding against the runner. Norman's pitch, and away. On the scoreboard, they have the average posted as 999. He's been up one time, had a base hit, which is 1,000, of course, but that board will not accommodate 4 digits, and so it's listed at 999. I expect they won't have an awful lot of 1,000 batters in any case. Here's a pitch. Cut the inside corner of the plate for a called strike. It's 3-1 now to Beecham.
That means the computer is not perfect either, huh?
Here's a 3-1 delivery. Swung on, it's hit in the air to left center field. Jeter is moving over, and Jeter gets there to make the play. Fregosi retreats to first base, 2 men out, and Jerry Grote, the Met catcher's coming up. Grote is hitting 167. He has 2 runs batted in.
You know, Lindsey talking about Pete Reeser and his managerial conquest or non-conquest. He lost one the real hard way yesterday. He walked the winning run on base on purpose, and then a double followed, and he lost the ball game.
He did that with 2 men out and nobody on. He walked Lee May. And then Watson promptly doubled May home from first base for the winning run. That's when you know you're going bad. That's a good move only if it works. That pitch is low for a ball. The Mets are leading here by a score of 1-0 on Rusty Staub's leadoff home run, and this the top half of the second inning. Norman checks for Fregosi at first. Here's the pitch to Grote, and it's high and away for a ball. 2-0. Pitcher Gary Gentry has moved up on deck. Now the 2-0 delivery to Grote. Little low. Norman's gone behind. 3-0. He's walked 1, struck out 2. New York Mets have won 5 games in a row. The San Diego Padres have lost 5 of their last 6. The Mets overall have won 6 and lost 2. The Padres have won 4 and lost 7. 3-0 delivery. And it's in there for a called strike. 3-1 now to Grote. The number 8 batter and manager Yogi Berra's New York Mets batting order. Colbert still holding against runner Jim Fregosi at first base. 3-1 offering, but first a try over to first, not in time. At the plate, Grote has stepped out. Three-1 delivery. Breaks in there for a call, strike 2. It'll be an automatic start now for Fregosi at first base. A full count to Grote at the plate with 2 men out. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled off and out of play. Count holds full at 3-2. At Tulsa, Fred Norman had a no-hitter to his credit during his tenure there. Colbert's moved back now, step or 2 behind the runner. He knows he's going. Goes Fregosi, and the pitch is swung on, popped up foul back at first. Colbert moving over, but this one drifts on into the stands and out of play. Count continues full at 3-2. In the Los Angeles series, it'll be John Matlack going against Bill Singer, Jerry Kuzman going against Tommy John, and Buzz Capra going against Don Sutton. Fragosi's running. 3-2 pitch to Grote. Swung on it in the air to center field. Sending Gito way on back. He's racing on back, and he can't get this one. It's over his head, rolling all the way to the wall. Fragosi around third is coming home. He scores. Grote hits the dirt at third with a triple and a run batted in. And the New York Mets are leading by a score of 2-0. Grote sitting on the bag. The ball must have hit him on the head or somewhere. And here comes the trainer out. Here comes Yogi Berra out. Grote still sitting on the bag. The throw in from the outfield must have hit him.
I believe Lindsey hit him either on the back of the head, and he has a batting helmet on, or on the neck, just below the batting helmet. He's taking the helmet off now, and Eddie Yost is rubbing the base of his head. He appears to be all right, just a little stunned there.
Grote now getting up on one knee. Apparently hit him just there at the back of the neck. Trainer Tom McKenna out. Manager Yogi Berra out. It is a triple and a run batted in for Grote. Straight away center field, and Jeter, who can move back in a hurry, flung up the glove, but it was beyond his outstretched glove and rolled all the way to the wall where the sign says 420 feet.
That is his first triple in 2 years and his 10th in his major league career, and that's not very many for a cross-country runner.
The Mets are leading by a score of 2-0. Gary Gentry's up now with 2 men out. Now the pitch to the right-hand batter, and it breaks in there for a called strike. Gentry up for his first time in this ball game, and up twice this year officially without a hit. Grote leads down the line. Here is the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Norman gets his third strikeout, retires the side, but the New York Mets picked up 2 runs on 2 hits. There was a walk, no errors, and 1 man left. In the middle of the second inning, the score is the Mets 2 and the Padres nothing.
New York Mets baseball brought to you by Saris's Restaurant. For the finest meals with the extra added home-cooked touch, it's Saris's Restaurant on Main Street in Fonda. Saris's cooking will melt in your mouth. Willie features the finest foods at moderate prices. And say, you truck drivers, enjoy a bit of home cooking at Saris's today. Just a jump from the New York State Thruway. So remember, for luscious home-cooked meals to keep you satisfied with good eating at moderate prices, stop at Saris's Restaurant on Main Street in Fonda, New York.
We're going to the top of the 7th inning. The Mets leading the Padres 3-2, and for the Mets it'll be Jim Beecham, Jerry Grote, and Gary Gentry as they bat for the 7th time. Montreal scored 2 runs in the top of the 4th. They lead the Dodgers by a score of 3-0 after 3.5 innings. Al Downing has been blasted already for 8 base hits. Former 20-game winner for the Dodgers last year. Dodgers working on a hot streak of 8 wins in their last 9 decisions. Montreal Expos have lost 3 straight. Ernie McAnally pitching for the Expos tonight. First pitch to Beecham is swung on a miss. Strike 1 as Fred Norman gets a swinging strike. Mets have had 3 runs on 5 hits. Picking up 2 runs in the 2nd and the go-ahead run in the 6th. Pitch back is a screwball swung on a miss. Strike 2. The action in the National League abbreviated. And at 2 strikes. Pitch is outside, missing by about 6 inches. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beecham making his first start for the Mets. Batting at .333 now. Next delivery is popped up on the first base side. Nate Colbert coming down the line and in fair territory making the play for the out. That'll bring up Jerry Grote. Jerry tripled in the 2nd inning. Drove in Jim Fregosi from first base. Long drive over the center fielder's head. in straightaway center field. Jerry 1 for 2. His triple was his first hit in this series, and Jerry now with an average of 192 for the year. Jerry had a rather interesting afternoon. He flew over to Catalina Island, about 25 miles away from San Diego, with his wife, Sharon. There's a drive to deep left. It could be gone. It is gone. Goodbye. Jerry Grote with his second extra base hit, his first home run, and the Mets lead 4-2. Jerry coming in to cross home plate, and his first home run of the year, his third run batted in, and the Mets leading by a score of 4-2. That'll bring up Gary Gentry. Gentry is 0 for 2 in this game. And Fred Norman, who has given up 2 home runs, a triple and a double, included in the Mets' 6 base hits, gets a strike. Pitch back is swung on and foul tipped, and it's strike 2. Two-strike count against Gary Gentry. And the pitch back is fouled back against the screen. Last year, Jerry Grote hit 2 home runs. The year before, he hit 2. And in 1969, he had a total of 6 for his highest in a single season in the major leagues. Again, the 2-strike pitch, and Gentry swings and misses. Fred Norman gets a strikeout, his 4th in the ball game. That brings up Bud Harrelson.
Number 3, Bud Harrelson.
Bud is 0 for 3, batting at .228 for the year. And the first pitch to Harrelson, curveball over at the knees, just over the inside corner, and it's strike 1. Norman back, and a screwball breaking the other way. Swung on and missed at strike 2. Mets working on a 5-game winning streak and trying to sweep the series here in San Diego. 2-strike delivery. It is swung on and fouled off, and again Norman with the screwball. Harrelson fooled by the pitch, but staying alive with the foul ball. Norman, a left-hand pitcher with a record of 5-18 in the major leagues, and he bounces the next pitch up, a screwball. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Mets leading 4-2 with 2 men out. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Next pitch is taken high, 2-2. Eddie Ost, the coach at third base. Sheriff Robinson, the coach at first. Norman, a long look at the signs, now goes into the windup, and the pitch to Harrelson outside, ball 3. So Harrelson now working the count full after being down with a 2-strike count. On deck batter is Ted Martinez. Bud has had 1 hit and 9 times up in this series. A 3-2 pitch. Line to left field. It'll be a base hit. Going over to try and cut it off is Gaston, but he can't get to it. It goes up against the wall in the left field corner, and Harrelson goes in with a stand-up double. So the Mets continuing their extra base hit barrage. They have a runner at second base, and the batter coming up is Ted Martinez. That is Harrelson's first hit, batting from the right-hand side in 9 at-bats. Once again, Gary Ross sewing in the bullpen for the San Diego Padres. Mets have had 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and 1 triple in their 7 base hits in this ball game off Fred Norman. First pitch to Martinez, swung on and missed, strike 1. Ted making his first starting appearance for the Mets is 0 for 3. He lined to third his last time up. And Norman checking Harrelson at second. He has a fair-sized lead, and the pitch back to Martinez. Grounded foul off on the first base side. Strike two. Manager Yogi Berra making a lineup change here with the left-hand pitcher for the first time this year going against the Mets, putting right-hand hitting Ted Martinez in at second base for Ken Boswell, a left-hand batter. And Jim Beecham, also a right-hand batter, in at first base for Ed Kranepool, a left-hand batter. Neither of the two that have been put in the ballgame have had a base hit. Here's a pitch high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4-2, the New York Mets. 2 men away. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Now at 1-2, Norman back to Martinez. The pitch is hit out to the shortstop, Enzo Hernandez, and is sort of first base in the dirt, and once again, Colbert does a backhand pickup to save an error. That retires a side. Good play by the first baseman on a difficult pickup. But in the inning, the Mets get a run on a home run by Jerry Grote. They had 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left. And the score at the end of 6 1/2 innings, the Mets 4, San Diego Padres 2.
Plant something today and watch it grow. Put a little something into United States savings bonds and watch that bonus interest add up. It's easy when you join the payroll savings plan where you work. A little is set aside out of each paycheck before you even see it. And one day, in the not-too-distant future, there it is, a nice nest egg, ready to hatch. Whether it's a great vacation you've been saving for, a new home, education, you name it, savings bonds can make it happen. Take stock in America. Buy U.S. savings bonds.
Through 8 innings of play here in San Diego, California, the Mets 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Padres 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Ed Kranepool up for the Mets now. His first time up tonight. Left-hand batter facing right-hand pitcher Gary Ross. Here's a swing and a fly ball into right center field. Ollie Brown coming over, but center fielder Jeter gets there and cuts it off for the putout. Jeter took the line drive off the bat of Kranepool, and there's one away. That'll bring up Jerry Grote. Grote has had a triple and a home run here tonight. He's 2 for 3. He tripled to drive in a run in the 2nd inning. He grounded out in the 5th and then hit his first home run of the year for the Mets in the 7th inning, up into the seats in left field. Tug McGraw has come out on deck. Gary Ross working in relief of starter Fred Norman here tonight. Norman is the pitcher of record. This pitch is a little low as Jerry Grote moved up in the box on the pitch. Mets keep their bullpen working. Left-hander Sadecki, right-hander McAndrew. 1-0 delivery, and it swung on, fouled off to the right side, up into the seats and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Grote back in and waiting now as Gary Ross delivers. Swung on and foul back off the screen and out of play, and the count runs to 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll be on the air from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles tomorrow night at 10:55 p.m. New York time. Bringing you radio coverage of the Mets and the Dodgers. Here's a 1-2 delivery, and it's inside for a ball. 2-2. Up at Dodger Stadium right now, Hoyt Wilhelm has relieved Al Downing on the mound for the Dodgers in the 6th inning. The Dodgers scored in the bottom of the 5th. Montreal still leads them 3-1. Here's a swing and a foul ball off and out of play. Count of 2-2 to Jerry Grote. Ross walking back to the mound now. 1 man out and nobody on base, with the Mets batting in the top of the 9th inning and leading by a score of 4-3. 2-2 delivery. Swung on, hit on the ground, and it's going through the middle for a base. It's the third hit of the night for Jerry Grote. Picked up by John Jeter and played back. Grote turns and holds with a single to center. He's had a single, a triple, and a homer here tonight. Better fly to Catalina every day, Ralph. And what it is they got over there, but whatever it is, you ought to bring a lot of it back.
We better get a 747 and all go over there.
It'll be Tug McGraw coming up. McGraw up for his first time. He's a right-hand batter.
Tug McGraw.
The Padres anticipate a sacrifice attempt here, and they pull third baseman Dave Campbell way in on the grass. They have Nate Colbert at first holding against the runner and ready to charge. Bud Harrelson follows Tug McGraw in the Met batting order. Mets would like to build one here. They have only a one-run lead. Here's the pitch. McGraw around to bunt. Bunts it out in front of the plate. Kendall has it. He goes to first base in time. Taken there by Colbert. They had the second baseman charge instead of the first baseman there. Colbert stayed back, covered the bag, and second baseman Darrell Thomas charged on the pitch. Kendall fielded the ball, took a look. Then decided he had no shot at Grote and fired on the first. So it is a 2-3 sack, and it brings up Bud Harrelson.
Number 3, Bud Harrelson.
Harrelson doubled in the seventh inning, batting right-handed. Against right-hander Gary Ross, he turns around now to bat left-handed once again. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Harrelson's batting .250 for the season. Grote takes his lead at second base. Checks with coach Eddie Yost down there. As pitcher Gary Ross looks in to catcher Fred Kendall. Has the sign. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Mike Caldwell is up and throwing in the bullpen now, along with Ed Acosta for the San Diego Padres. Double barrel action down there as Gary Ross tries to get out of the inning here. 1-0 delivery, and it's in for a called strike. If you want to look ahead to the bottom of the ninth inning, the San Diego Padres will be scheduled to send up Ollie Brown, Dave Campbell, and Fred Kendall. Ross has the sign, checks over his shoulder, deals 1-1, swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Ted Martinez is on deck for the Mets. Ross goes to the rosin bag before getting ready to work a 1-2 pitch to Bud Harrelson. Harrelson choking up on the bat. And the pitch swung on, and it's hit on the ground foul, back of third, out of play. Count continues at 1-2. The Padres will be at Shea Stadium in New York on Friday night, May 5th, for the first night game of the season at Shea. Starting up a long homestand. It'll see the Mets in there against the Padres and the Dodgers and Giants in Montreal. Jerry Grote again takes his lead at second base. The pitch to Harrelson, and it is low. Bounce off the shin guard of Kendall. Gets away on the wild pitch. Grote moves to third base. Count is 2-2 to Harrelson at the plate. So now it's a runner at third with 2 men out and a 2-2 count. Since the Padres are in the Western Division of the National League and the Mets in the East, they play each other 6 times here during the course of the season and 6 times in New York. Ross will work straight away now with Grote the runner at third. The 2-2 delivery swung on, and it's looped out into short right center field. But coming over is Jeter. He's there, and he makes the catch, and the side is out. So it's no runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. In the middle of the ninth inning, the score is the Mets 4 and the Padres 3.
27 centuries before Christ, back when the Egyptians were building their first pyramids, a tree sprouted in the White Mountains of California. 50 centuries later, that tree, a bristlecone pine, is still alive. It's the world's oldest living thing, and there are other trees almost as ancient. Sequoia trees in California's High Sierra have been alive since before Alexander, since before Rome, since before Moses. Many botanists believe that the sequoias have the potential to outlive even the bristlecone pine. Think about it. Trees that have been on Earth for 30 centuries could live 30 more. If we don't burn them down One careless second can wipe out centuries of life. So think before you strike, because only you can prevent forest fires.
And now at San Diego Stadium, the Padres come up in the bottom of the ninth inning, trailing by a run, and they'll face left-hander Tug McGraw, working in relief of starter Gary Gentry, who went 7 innings and is the pitcher of record for the New York Mets. As McGraw takes his warm-up pitches up at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, Montreal has scored a run in the top of the 6th inning. It's the Expos 4 and the Dodgers 1, going to the bottom of the 6th. Phillies beat the Giants today by a score of 7-6, and the Cincinnati Reds beat the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 5-4. Ollie Brown is coming up to lead off now for the San Diego Padres. Grounded out to drive in a run in the 2nd inning, grounded out in the 4th, and fouled out in the 7th. Brown is hitting 148. Don Zimmer took over as manager tonight. He inserted Ollie Brown and Zito Gaston into the lineup. They had not been playing. Here's Tug McGraw with his first pitch in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Scroogey is in there for a called strike. Waiting on deck is Dave Campbell. Brown bats number 6 in the batting order. McGraw strike 1 pitch to Brown. Swung on and missed. It's strike 2. Brown swings the bat loosely now as he waits. Has it cocked. Tug McGraw with a 2-strike delivery. And it is laced out into center field. Here comes A.G. Can't get to it. It's in there for a base hit. A.G. picks it up, plays it back. It's a leadoff single for the Padres here in the bottom of the 9th. They have the tying run at first base with nobody out. Dave Campbell is coming up, and he's 2 for 3 here tonight. Campbell had a double to drive in a run in the 2nd inning. He was called out on strikes in the 5th, and he singled and left in the 7th inning. Jerry Grote, it's call time. He's gone out to the mound. Tug McGraw picked up the rosin bag, slammed it down. McGraw and Grote now in conversation. Fred Kendall has moved out there on deck. Cranepool at first holding against the runner. Fregosi at third in on the grass. Campbell around in bunting stance, pushes the ball to the first base side. Cranepool has it. Goes to Martinez at first covering. The sacrifice goes 3-4, and the tying run is in scoring position at second base. Perfect sacrifice bunt by Dave Campbell. So now it'll be catcher Fred Kendall coming up with one man out to take a shot at getting the tying run in from second base. Jerry Morales has moved out on deck to follow Kendall. Morales has moved out on deck now to follow Kendall. Kendall coming up for his first time in this ball game. He has been at bat 11 times this year. He's had 3 hits for an average of 273. Kendall is a right-hand batter facing left-hand pitcher Tug McGraw. The Mets 4, the Padres 3. McGraw off the stretch now. Checks the runner at second base. Here's the pitch, and it's low for a ball. Start him off with a screwball. Fred Kendall came on as a catcher after Mason had run for Bob Barton in the 7th inning. The Mets have had 9 hits. The Padres have had 7 here tonight. Tug McGraw delivers. Swinging and a miss. It's 1-1. Ollie Brown strolls off the bag at second now. Kendall settles himself back into the batter's box. And McGraw offers 1-1. Swung on. It's foul back out of play. Into the seats. Count runs to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Fred Kendall. No action in the Met bullpen. The bullpen crew clad in jackets, intent on what's going on out there on the field just now. There is some action continuing down in the bullpen of the San Diego Padres. Kendall swings that bat around now as he waits for McGraw to work again. Ollie Brown, the tying run, takes the lead at second. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and it swung on and missed. Struck him out. 2 men are out. Morales now coming up to bat. Morales will bat for Gary Ross. First strikeout from McGraw.
For Ross, number 32, Jerry.
Morales is the right-hand batter. He's been up 14 times. He's had 3 hits. He has driven in 1 run this year, and he has an average of .214. McGraw looks into Grote to get the sign now. Ollie Brown takes his lead at second base. Off the stretch, Tug McGraw with the pitch to the right-hand batter. And it's low for a ball. Darrell Thomas is on deck now. McGraw sets, checks over his shoulder. Here's the pitch. Breaks in there for a called strike. It's 1-1 to Jerry Morales. McGraw taking just a moment, standing behind the rubber. Now steps up, toes the slab, looks in, gets a sign. This will be a 1-1 offering. And it's on the way. Swung on and missed. Chased the screwball, swung himself out from under the hard hat. Morales recovers that now. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tug McGraw goes back, fingers the rosin bag, flips it down. After having tagged up Ollie Brown now, strolls off that bag at second carefully, keeping an eye on third base coach Bob Skinner. 2 men are out. The Mets are leading by a score of 4-3. Tug McGraw looks into Jerry Grote. Gets the sign now, sets up, checks Ollie Brown. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a little high. He laid off, started to swing. Grote wants to plate umpire. Dave Davidson to check with first base umpire Ed Sudol. Sudol says he didn't swing. So it's 2-2. Morales started to swing. Got his body around. Checked the bat there. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Tug McGraw takes that sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and held up at the last moment. He started to swing the bat, laid off, and it went low out of the strike zone, so it's 3-2. Again, he started the bat forward, checked it in time, and the count is run full at 3-2 to Morales. Darrell Thomas is on deck. Now the action has stopped down in the bullpen of the Padres as well, as all eyes are on what is happening in the center of this diamond. Martinez tries to run Ollie Brown back a little closer to the bag at second. This is a payoff pitch to Jerry Morales at the plate. McGraw's pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Struck him out to end the ball game. Tug McGraw on a 3-2 pitch struck out Morales as he gets out of the ball game with a save. Gentry gets the win. The New York Mets have won 6 games in a row. They have swept this 3-game series. They stay in first place in the Eastern Division of the National League as Gary Gentry gets the win. So we'll be back in a moment with a final summary and totals. Right now the final score of the game is the Mets 4 and the Padres 3.